Okay. Jobs. The report is out. February jobs report is pretty nice. And there's some stuff to interpret here. So I've got my handy-dandy articles here because I am a man of the people, by the people, for the people. And I'm here to inform you, what do you do with this information? Because all the talking heads are just going to read a prompter, and they're going to maybe have an expert, or, that's loosely. See, I'm not an expert. That's why you can trust me. I'm just a guy who approaches everything with common sense. I'm not putting myself forth as an expert. But apparently on YouTube, the people want to hear what I got to say. So who knew? Alex tells me, hey, they want the commentary, man, on the current events. So, hey, you know what you get with me? Me. Like it or not, I'm going to give it to you. So, okay, what does this mean? All right, so let's just look at the numbers. And we're not going to do too much wonkiness and get into I'm not an economist. Okay? So, the economy added 242,000 jobs in February. Okay? This is up substantially from 119,000 jobs in January. Okay? Wage growth, and this is a key item for those of you that are thinking, what's the economy like? How's it affecting me and my pocketbook? Okay? By the way, I just realized a bunch of people have no idea what a pocketbook is. So how does it affect your wallet? How does it affect your money? All right. So wage growth has decelerated slightly, and I mean slightly. Give you an example. For those who remained in their jobs, they're seeing a 7.2% annual increase. That's down 0.1%. Job changers saw growth in their income of 14.3%, compared with job changers in January saw a increase in their income by 14.9%. So again, very slight. We're talking about small percentage of a percentage, okay? But that is a good sign, and I'm just stop here for a moment and say that the reason that inflation is very stubborn right now and sticking around is now, where we sit now, it's not about supply chain issues, supply demand as it relates to goods. It is about supply demand based on workers. And so you can see these numbers. People that are staying are getting a 7.2% annual bump in their income. Folks, that's a significant bump from what has been traditionally about 3 to 4%. Why is this happening? This is happening because the Great Resignation that started in 2021 went all the way through 2022 and continues in 2023 in real numbers. Let me tell you what that means. We're still seeing record numbers of people leaving jobs every month, to the tune of 4+ million people changing jobs. So you remember when you were in school, some of you, I don't know if kids play musical chairs anymore. Nathan, do the kids play, you got younger kids, they play musical chairs? Is that a thing at preschool? I don't know.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. Bottom line is a fun little game where you had 4 chairs, 5 people. And you played some obnoxious song. Whatever, everybody's running around, and when the music stopped, you had to sit in the chair. 4 chairs, 5 people, right? Give a little extra bonus content today, folks, because it's a Friday. And so then, the person didn't get a chair, they're out, they reduce the chair, they keep going. But we're just moving around. We're constantly up and moving. And that's what's going on in the job market right now, okay? For you Gen Z people have no idea what musical chairs is, you can thank me later. Neela Richardson, ADP's chief economist, looked at the report and said, we're seeing robust hiring, which is good for the economy and workers, but pay growth is still quite elevated. So that's not really good for the overall economy because, again, as I was just saying, the number one driver of inflation right now is wage growth. Hourly wages are still elevated. There's slight cooling that we saw from the January wages to February, but they're still elevated. She goes on to say the modest slowdown in pay increases on its own is unlikely to drive down inflation rapidly in the near term, and she's absolutely right. Okay. Couple other things I want you to know. Average hourly earnings were up only 0.2% last month. Over the last 3 months, hourly wages have risen at 3.6% annual rate. That's down from 4.9% in the final months of last year. So, good news on inflation in that we've got to continue to see wages stabilize. Okay? And again, I'm all for everybody making money. That's part of why you listen and watch this show. I'm going to help you get promoted. You're making more money. But understand this, as I've said many times before, when we artificially are driving because of like, oh, let's do this, and you raise the minimum wage for the kid working at Burger King, okay? Burger King is passing the cost on to you in your combo, okay? Let's just understand that like all these big companies, when they pay somebody more, they're charging you more, okay? So what does that mean? It means that you're going to see the prices of goods and services still stay pretty high. We also have we have a job gap right now where we have millions more jobs that are posted than people that are unemployed. We also have, reminding you, 7 million men aged 25 to 55 that aren't working. They're just at home. Now, before I get attacked, I'm not attacking stay-at-home dads if the wife is working. That's fine. If that's your jam, I got no problem with it. I'm not talking about stay-at-home dads. I'm talking about dudes that could work and should work. They've taken their ball and they're gone home because they're not making the money they want, or they just got no grit, and now they're just hanging out. Somebody's supporting them, okay? So that's a big challenge to our labor market right now. Make no mistake about that. Okay, so why am I telling you this? Don't get all freaked out over what the Fed is going to do. Don't get freaked out. You control your income. You control your budget. You control your expenses, not Jerome Powell. Okay? The Fed it looks like they're going to raise interest rates again. That would be the logical conclusion, because Jerome Powell has said he wants to raise rates to cool the employment market. Well, the employment market is hot. Now, some good news. Forget about our feckless Fed chair, Jerome Powell. He's a moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. The job market's great. Go get you some. I'm here to help.